Even if you tried, you wouldn't understand it. Maybe something's missing inside of you. Just a bit of sugar to that horrid bitter. Maybe you taste different. Hold up, baby, I can't sit beside you while you're going on about your simple life. Nothing left you thinking that maybe you're not different. Go on, blow up your ego.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's extreme cleaning video. We moved into our house at the end of last year, so it hasn't gotten too bad in terms of deep cleaning. But today, and actually this whole week, this is actually a 3-day long video. It took me 3 days to film all this footage and to do all of the cleaning, just because, you know, taking care of the kids, cooking, doing dishes multiple times a day, but yet not wanting to film that for you guys. That took a long time. So this video is packed with tons of cleaning motivation and it's a super long one, and so I hope you enjoy that. But let me know down below if you prefer longer or shorter cleaning videos, and if you're just relaxing and watching today or cleaning with me.
Your simple life. Nothing left you thinking that maybe you're not different.
I needed to start off by giving my refrigerator a good clean, and I'm pretty good about cleaning out old and expired products pretty regularly, but I really needed to give it a good wipe down. So I'm just taking everything out and organizing it on the counter, and that way I can wipe down the entire fridge and put things back kind of in groups. I talked a little bit in my last video about how I don't have yet a lot of the organization stuff, as far as, you know, the little plastic bins and containers to organize things, but I still keep things organized and functional, and I try not to worry about getting those things. You know, I could drop a ton of money on this house right now just decorating it and organizing it however I want, but of course we are on a budget, so right now this is just gonna have to do with how it is. This is not going to be a Pinterest worthy cleaning and organizing video. This is just real life, and how I'm doing things right now and today. But I am just using my Norwex e-cloth that I have been obsessed with, because first of all, I feel like I can clean so much more quickly, and it just cleans so well. So I'm giving everything a good wipe down with that, and I don't sell Norwex, but I do have a link down below if you're interested in using it.
Oh, here he goes, here he goes, here he goes. Oh, here he goes, oh, here he goes, oh, here he goes, here he goes, here he goes, with his humble lack and everlasting ego.
If you're new here, welcome. Thanks so much for clicking on this video, and I hope you get a ton of cleaning motivation or inspiration out of it. My name is Carrie, and I started my channel last year because I honestly just love cleaning, keeping my house clean and tidy, and just staying productive throughout the day. I also feel like it's just a huge anxiety reliever for me, to clean and organize. I feel like I can't rest if I know there's something that I could be doing, and I just enjoy bettering my space. Even though it's a work in progress, as you can see, it's not perfect. And like I said, we just moved in, and so we have a lot kind of going on, including, you know, needing new appliances. As you can see on my fridge, it got damaged in the move. It got these terrible scratches, and it already was an open box, so it had a little bit of like scuff marks, but this is a huge scratch. There's 2 of them now, and some dents. And so besides that, our oven was original with the house, which was built in the 80s, and so that needs to be replaced as well as the dishwasher. So we need all new kitchen appliances in the kitchen, but they work, and so that's fine. We will just live with the cosmetic damages for now. Because when we first moved in, actually there was that shortage of a lot of home appliances, and I'm not sure what the inventory status is like now for the supply. I haven't checked honestly because we've actually been working on our pool. And that should be wrapping up hopefully in a couple weeks now. But there was some supply issues with that because of COVID, I guess. A ton of people just wanted to build pools in their yard. But ours was actually already in the yard, and we had to pull some palm trees and fix a crack, and we decided to retile and refinish the pool. So anyways, there's lots going on around here, and I'd love to have you subscribe and join me and my family on this journey as we make this house our own. There's tons of painting that we have planned, and it's almost overwhelming. Like, I don't even know where to start, but I'm just taking things bite by bite right now and day by day. And it's hard for me because I get impatient to save for those projects and then have like a big transformation. Instead, my husband also is pretty handy, and so we kind of have been doing a lot of it on our own, and so that takes time. And so we have been doing things just little by little rather than, doing all the floor, all the trim, all the painting, all the counters, cabinets, and everything else that needs to be renovated at once. But again, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you enjoy this video.
Call back. Do you ever pick up on that phone? Stop pretending I don't know you're home. I guess not. Do you ever respond? Explain it all again, again, again. Tell me why you don't wanna be friends. I guess not. Baby, no, I don't wanna.
After finishing in the fridge, I needed to do the dishes and clean the sink as well as wipe down the kitchen table, but you probably saw some of the artwork on the fridge. I really want to get a corkboard to put in the kitchen next to the kitchen table just to display the kids' artwork, especially my daughter. She's super creative. Every day she's asking me to help her with a craft. She likes to invent things. She does prototypes. She, makes up games that she then completely makes prototypes for. She likes to build forts. You'll see later in this video I have a box fort that I've allowed her to keep in the dining room for a couple months now. It's just something that I've decided to choose my battles on because I know that it won't last forever, and when she gets a little bit older, she's not gonna want her things all around the house, and I feel bad cleaning up every day some of the things. Like, it's within reason. I do make sure that she's cleaning up her messes and stays on top of things, but if she works really hard on a little project, I'll let her keep it up for a couple days and continue playing with it, because I just don't want to discourage that creativity or play. I think it's really important for her development, and if I do discourage it, I just don't want her to then turn to the TV and the tablet and the cleaner options for playing. So I'll allow it, but I definitely, like I said, want to get that corkboard, and then I also have plans to get an entry table, and for this wall in the kitchen that's blank, like the big empty wall. I have a mirror for there as well, and I'll probably put some chairs or something, lamps, and just make that like the catch-all center and entryway. But I know for a fact that I'm getting a reward in the mail today. If you missed one of my last videos on how to make money from home, I talked about market research studies, and so I have informed delivery through the post office, which is basically when they send you an email every morning. You can sign up online, but they send you an email every morning with scanned images of the mail that's coming to you for the day. So I saw that my reward is coming for the focus group. And I know that is for the body contouring study that I did. I've never had body contouring, but I still got picked. And the reward was $350. And normally it comes in as an e-gift card that you can choose whether you want like a Visa cash card or you can choose any kind of gift card. Amazon, there's many options online. And I'll link that video below if you missed it. But I'm going to use that money to get some more things for the house. And I'm really excited. I have already picked out what I want for this entryway. And then I'm moving into the bathroom. I needed to clean the downstairs bathroom. And this is another room in the house that you can see needs updating. Like I said, pretty much the whole house needs updating. But definitely the color needs to go. It's so drab, and I feel like it just clashes with the pinkish tint of the counter, which I will need to completely replace this vanity and the countertops. And then we do have the laundry hookups in here because originally our house was, I don't know if it was originally built, but at some point the owner, she rented out to this man, and so she kind of split it up. And so part of our house, like you can tell, it's like an addition. Like for example, in my office, I have a big plug for like a stove because this was his kitchen. And then this like weird counter thing where the laundry hookup is in this bathroom is where he had his laundry, and so the counter actually was part of his kitchen counter from like his studio apartment on the left side of the house, or the right side of the house. And so we have another laundry hookup in the garage where we currently have our laundry because we didn't have stackables. So, you know, I'm thinking about later, I'd like to bring the laundry inside. It'd be great to have the washer and dryer right here in this bathroom. You know, if we have guests, we have the door that leads right out to the pool. We can throw towels in there. And again, I just love to have the laundry inside. But then I think about storage for, you know, the detergents and laundry products that I'll need. So I'm considering shortening the shower and tub and not having a tub, just turning into a shower, extending out or taking out that wall and extending out the laundry area so I could maybe build a narrow shelf there so that I could fit the detergent and all those things when we decide to hook up the laundry here. So lots of plans for this room, but I definitely needed to just scrub the walls, especially around the toilet. I didn't film the toilet cleaning for you guys today in any of the bathrooms. I'm not sure how many people like to watch that, so I left it out. But I like to clean around the walls every so often, especially with men and boys living in the house and visiting. And I just needed also to clean the blinds and give it a really good I got so high on a hill. That's when I loved you the most. Now I thought I should let you know. No, what's no more. We don't know. No, what's no more. We don't know. No, what's no more. We don't know. No, what's no more. No. We don't know. No, what's no more. We don't know. No, what's no more. We don't know. No, what's no more. No. Yeah.
You're gone now, will you call me back? Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. You're the traveling kind. It's a known fact. Yeah, I know that.
I'll go ahead and link all the products that I'm using in this video down below, but for all my sinks and basins and tubs and all that, I'm using the Ajax powder cleanser. I usually use Barkeeper's Friend, but they were out at the store last time, so I got Ajax instead. And I actually do really like the smell. It's pretty pleasant, even though it's probably not very good because it's chemicals, but it does smell clean. And then I mentioned the Norwex e-cloth before. I'm also using some Clorox multi-purpose spray in the bathrooms today. And then I'm using Sprayway glass cleaner in this video. It's my favorite. I've actually been using the Norwex e-cloth and the window cloth as well. But I really needed to clean the window cloth and I just hadn't before I filmed this video. So I'm using the Sprayway because that is my next go-to as far as window cleaning. And I also love the way it smells as well. But anything else, any products, or, you know, my vacuum and my mop, I will link down below.
You're far away, and yet so close. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, you're up in space. You're inside the noise. I can feel you. Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means that
I wanted to try scrubbing off the rust from this sink. I have tried the Barkeeper's Friend on it, I should try it again because I didn't use a toothbrush that time, just like a sponge. It didn't really work that great with the Ajax. It did come off a little bit, but it's not completely good as new. I'm not too worried about it because, like I said, we will be replacing everything in this bathroom eventually. But I mean, I would like to have it clean until then. So I think I need to find a different way to tackle this rust here and hopefully share that with you guys in another video.
Won't let go. I'll be your high when you fall down low. I hope I'll be your destination. You're gone now, but you're coming back. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. You're the traveling kind. It's a known fact. Yeah, I know that. I hope I'll be your destination. I hope I'll be your life-changing sensation. I hope I'll be something that you won't let go. I'll be your high when you fall down low. I hope I'll be your destination.
The next thing on my to-do list was to give the dining room a deep clean, and I don't usually clean in here too often because we don't really use it that often. But we had some family over, and I've never washed the placemats or the runner in here, except for the one that's all wrinkled. So I'm taking off the runner and the placemats to be washed, and then I needed to hang dry them because I made the mistake of washing and putting one of these placemats. They came in a pack of 12 from Home Goods in the dryer, and it totally shrank. So I learned, and luckily I had extra, to hang dry them, and I'm going to need to iron them the following day. And while I have the table cleared off, I just wanted to make sure to get this fan dusted, as well as the one in the kitchen. And I'm not sure whose idea it was to have a fan in the kitchen. One thing to note about this house is that there are no vents or fans in any of the bathrooms, and there's no vent in the kitchen. So eventually, when we do renovate the kitchen, we will be adding a vent and a hood. So maybe that's why we don't usually like to have it running, just because it can make our food get really cold really quickly if we're sitting at the table. But it is nice to have on a hot day, especially like at night, to keep things circulating throughout the first floor, because we have fans in all 3 rooms down here. Or 4 rooms, I guess, if you count the bedroom. But I mean like the main rooms.
Babe, used to be scared of letting someone get close without the filters, but you see the real me. Since I let you in under my skin, I'm more free than I have ever been. You broke my chains and released me, and days turned into nights on the couch in your apartment. No, I am not the same. Everything has changed every day.
So my husband actually got a drone on this day that I was filming, and so he was playing with it in the house. That's what he's showing me here, and you may have seen it flying around the room in one of the last shots. But a funny story, when I was actually editing this footage, I filmed it about a week ago now, and so it had been a couple days since I had filmed it that I was putting the footage together. And so I was watching, it's like a later nighttime shot, and I could see this shadow like follow me out of the room and then like flew back in the room, like just a shadow though. I didn't see the drone. It ended up being the drone, I realized, but at first I rewound it and I was like all freaked out, like what the heck was that? And then I realized by the shape, like, oh yeah, my husband, he had been playing with his drone and following me around the house. So that was a little freaky. But luckily I get really good vibes in this house. No bad vibes. I staged it before we moved in, and I have a really good feeling here. It feels like home, so I'm happy for that. I don't like any of the negative energy, and I usually have a pretty good intuition when it comes to that. But next on my list and in this video is just a dinner recipe. This is an Instant Pot chicken stew. No, it's beef stew. And I can go ahead and put the recipe that I copied down below, but my husband had been craving steak stew. I love soup. I will eat it every single day of my life, even when it's 100 degrees outside, because I love it so much. So any excuse to have soup, I will take it. And it was really easy, super good. I served it with some sourdough bread and butter on the side and just a salad. We always like to have soup and salad. Well, my husband, I'm not as picky. He likes to have the salad pretty much with any meal. But it was really good and super easy. Just do it all in the Instant Pot, which is great. And first, actually, I wanted to chop up the onion, and this is something I'll do because I meal plan. So I knew that I was going to make a chicken dish where I was going to need diced onion. So instead of putting half my onion away and then taking everything out to dice it up the next day, I just dice it up now, put it in the bag, and that way it's all prepped and ready for tomorrow when I make the meal that needs that.
Quite odd, quite lovely. You start me up like no one has ever could. You feel my fire.
While that was cooking, I wanted to move over into the entryway. I haven't cleaned under the shoe rack in a while, so I wanted to move that out of the way. I just knew that there was a lot of dog hair and cat hair that was going to be over there, and sure enough, I was right. So I wanted to get that vacuumed. I like to do all the vacuuming and then do all the floors at once, so that's why you actually didn't see me mop the bathroom yet, because I will go through and do them all at once. It's just what I choose to do. What do you guys like to do? Do you do it room by room, or do you kind of do all the floors at one time like me?
I found it quite odd, quite lovely. You start me up like no one has ever could. You feel my fire, fire. Let's keep this fire alive. Fire, let's keep this fire alive. Fire, fire. Fire, fire.
I saw you from across the room. When our eyes met, I never knew that I could feel this way, and it's kinda strange. Don't even know your name. I don't know you, but I want to get to know you. Just wanna get to know you. I don't know you, but I want to get to know you. Just wanna get to know you. You say that you're from out
feathers from my pillows make this mess look worse than it really is. You can kind of see on the table here, I'm leaving a bunch of toys. Like I mentioned before, my daughter had like set up a little village for her play people, and she was playing, and she always says like I work so hard, so I didn't want to take it down. I just put everything on that table, and I'm not going to clean it today. I'm just going to clean around. But my freaking pillows, guys, like I love these pillows, the pink ones, the mauve, but they have the goose feathers, and they just always come out, and they're all over my furniture. They cling to the couches, and so I can't even get it out. Sometimes I have to like pull them out physically because the vacuum, even on turbo, doesn't get them off. So what is the solution? Do they make like special liners? Because I really like those pillows and I like the goose feathers, but is there like another substitute of feather that's very comfortable, or like a liner, or what do you guys do to avoid this? Because the feathers drive me nuts.
Ow, 'cause your love made me go blind. What am I hearing? Saying you're moving back. When were you gonna tell me that? What am I hearing? It feels like a heart attack. Someone help me catch my breath again. How did you stop loving me? How is that even possible? Possible. How could we let love go? How could we move on? Move on. Why you wanna let me go now, now, now? Are you saying that to change your mind? For love or pity, let me know now, now, now. 'Cause your love made me go blind. Why are you playing? We ain't got the time. Tell me now if you want out. What are you saying? Come on and spit it out. I'm about to lose my mind again. How did you stop loving me? How is that even possible? Possible. How could we let love go? How could we move on? Move on. Why you wanna let me go now, now, now? Are you saying that to change your mind? For love or pity, let me know now, now, now. 'Cause your love made me go blind. Why you wanna let me go now, now, now? Are you saying that to change your mind? For love or pity, let me know now, now, now. 'Cause your love made me go blind. Oh, na, na, na. Oh, na, na, na. For love or pity, let me know. 'Cause your love made me go blind. Why are you changing your mind? Na na na, we ain't got the time. I just wanna let you know, behind the mirrors and all that smoke, promises and alibis, I don't believe. Told me you would change my world. Now I know what you are worth. Gone and lost your hold on me. I don't believe. Have me acting like a fool, to no use. Got me wondering why you still you're giving me nothing, a whole lot of nothing, baby. Yeah. Mm. I do believe it. Still you're giving me.
So this is actually the next day, and I wanted to get started in my bedroom. It gets super dusty in here, especially my cat hangs out in here the most, and so her fur gets everywhere. And I wanted to make sure and clean the fan in here, dust the furniture, clean the windows, clean the floors, bathroom, doing it all. And actually I ended up moving my vanity out of the way because I went to go and like vacuum in the window where my cat likes to hang out, and I noticed that she had eaten a rubber band and then she threw it up, and it was just like all nasty in my windowsill, which I decided to spare you guys the footage and not show you that up close, but I did need to move the vanity out of the way and clean that up, and luckily I was able to clean behind the vanity as well.
Let me feel your love again, 'cause I've been running round in circles screaming out your name. Take me to a different place, just the two of us, and we can stay up all night, kissing under streetlights, doing what we want to, doing what we need to do, staying up all night, everything is alright. Oh, I wanna be with you, oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you, oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you, oh, I wanna be with you.
We've actually had this vanity in my family. I think now I'm the fourth generation to hold it. It's my great grandmother's originally, and I put new knobs on it because my cat had not eaten, but she like scratched up the knobs, and so I put these pretty knobs on there, and I've thought about refinishing it. I don't know if I should keep it like the natural wood color or paint it black. I think I'm gonna wait until I get new furniture in my bedroom because I do need new furniture, and I'll just keep it like this for now until I can make another decision. But my daughter has asked me if she can have this vanity, and so I do plan on handing it down to her. So I think I'm gonna wait a little bit to decide on what color I will be refinishing it as, and then it definitely needs to be reupholstered as well. This fabric is like 100 years old and so stained, and I haven't tried cleaning it. Maybe I could. I'm a little worried because it's almost like a silk, but really I'd just like to reupholster it all together.
Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you, I wanna be with you.
So I was able to get the cat mess all up, and you can see here, this is what we're working with. As far as the paint job, our house needs all new windows. These are original to the home. Again, it was built in the 80s. And then you can see the paint job that the previous owners did on it. So that's why there's just like so much to do around here. But I actually almost walked away from this house after I got the inspection report. I was super put off by all the work that it needed, but after just talking about it with my husband, every house is going to need work. And luckily all these things are cosmetic, and so I just have to try and be patient and know that one day we will get to, you know, the look that we want and get to all these things, but that it just takes time and it will really be worth it in the end. So I just have to keep reminding myself of that. But the hard part is actually getting going and making these decisions. And so one thing that I've found that has been really helpful, like for example with the pool, is to make like an inspiration board on a Word document, or even on your phone if you use one of those photo editing apps where you can like make a photo collage, and just put like all your materials and things that you are choosing together to see how cohesive they are. So like when we picked the tile and the ledger and the surface for the pool outside, I kind of made like a collage to make sure it all looked good together, because it's really hard when you're looking at like everything separately. You might think it might look good, but when you see it together it just doesn't quite work. And so I really love the way the pool came out, and I can't wait for you guys to see that. But that's like another technique that I'm using for all my rooms in my house, like the paint color even you'll want to put on there to see like does this work. And I think I want to go a little bit lighter. This house seems to be really dark, and so I think I want to do like a more toned down gray or like a off-white color, but we'll see, because then I also get bored so easily. So it's hard for me to make decisions and actually get things into motion, and especially when I have so many ideas and I'm overwhelmed by the amount of items on the list. So like I said, just taking it day by day, task by task, and room by room. I think that either I'm gonna be painting my office first or the downstairs bathroom, because those are just the smallest areas. But I definitely have a lot of plans for my bedroom as well. Like I said, we will be getting new furniture eventually in here. The drapes have got to go. Those were left with the house when the last people that lived here left. And I just have so many ideas swirling around in my head that I can't wait to just get in here. It's like a blank canvas for me, and it's almost too overwhelming. I don't know if I'm like the only one that's like that. But it's like when I go to a store, for example, and I have a set budget, but I have like a million things that I want, it's hard for me to decide. And so like at that point, I just walk out of the store. I'm like, I can't decide. This is overwhelming for me, and I get anxiety. So I think that making those lists is really important to me so I can prioritize. And like, for example, I think I talked about this in my last video too, just differentiating those needs that you need versus the wants. And so like a ceiling fan, for example, that was on our list, and that's actually a need that we needed for our kids' room because it gets super hot up there. For some reason, the air does not cool down very easily up there. I know we are gonna have to clean the ducts, but we needed to put a fan in there just because in summertime it gets so hot you can't even sleep. And so that was something that was prioritized around, maybe some of the replacing the other fans or putting a fan on the outside patio. That's not really needed at this point, but for my kids to sleep comfortably, we needed that. And so just kind of doing that with all things around the house, even if you're like the kind of person who likes to make Excel spreadsheets. I love that. I haven't made one for my house yet, but I wouldn't put it past myself here if I had some time and a wild hair to put everything into an Excel spreadsheet and color code it and all that. But just again, take it day by day, one thing by one thing. Just slowly chip away. You will get through those projects, and it can seem like a lot of work at first, but patience is key.
Get to know you better. Why can you be trusted? Will you take me for granted? Will you let me down before I'm too invested? We should take it easy. Maybe we could test this and work out our feelings. Baby, when I love you, tell me, do you want me?
I'm out of reasons, I'm out of rhyme, but I'll only tell you that I'm out of time. I'm sick of.
So the kids actually cleaned and made their beds this morning, so their room's not too bad. I just need to pick up a few things and just wipe stuff down. But that's why I like to keep the toys in the other room. I don't know. We'll see how much longer though that they want to be together. Scotland wants her own room so that she can decorate the way she wants to. But then she ends up in Jameson's bed almost every night, even though they're in the same room. So
Steal all the gold you can get. Show me your love, leave me breathless, breathless. I'm out of patience, I'm out of feels, but I guess I'm waiting around for something real. I'm going crazy, like what's the deal? 'Cause I want you to show me what
I just wanted to share this little haul. These are just a few things that I picked up for the kids that they really needed. My son has pretty much outgrown all of his shorts. He has maybe like a week's worth of shorts, and with school coming up, we are planning on being back in person. Hopefully, I don't know if things will change with just the way things have been going lately, but I really needed to get him some shorts. I picked up these camo ones over at Kohl's, and they were originally $34. I got them on sale and with a coupon because of my Kohl's card for $14. And then I got the other two shorts from Target. Those were $8. I also got him just like a nice little golf shirt, kind of like a polo. That was originally $25. I got that for $8.75 at Kohl's, and then a couple tees from Target. I think those were $12.99. And then my daughter, she is just a little string bean, and she has still been fitting in like 3T shorts, but I really wanted to just get her some that were in the correct size, so she has clothes that fit her. When she starts school, she's going into kindergarten this year. And so I got her a couple outfits from Kohl's, and then I also got her this super cute sweater from Target. This is Cat and Jack. It was $10, and I wish I had gotten the size up, but they didn't have it. So this is like the size she's in now, but I was hoping, that I could get her the size up so she could kind of grow into it and use it for a whole year. But it was super cute. I couldn't pass it up. But altogether, I spent $91 at Kohl's. Well, I got them water bottles. I spent like $100 on clothes at Target. Actually, that included a couple like toiletry things that my husband and I needed. But I don't ever shop at Kohl's pretty much without a coupon. I think that they are pretty overpriced. But they always have a coupon. And so that leads me to my question for you guys as a business marketing professional. I guess I have my degree in business marketing, and my question is like, how is it ever on sale if it's always on sale? Because I feel like Kohl's does that. And I know they had a class action lawsuit about overpricing items, so that when they did mark them down, they were at like a semi decent price on their, from their end as the people that want to make the money. But how is it ever on sale if it's always on sale? They always have sales. There's always coupons, and that's just how they get you guys. And that's how they get me, is with their freaking Kohl's Cash. So I'll be back. I think my Kohl's Cash expires tonight. So anyways, aside from that, I needed to iron the placemats and the table runner. They had air dried, and so this is now going into the next day, and I really just need to press them. And I hadn't ironed in so long, you guys. It's probably been 5 years since I've ironed, which is like, holy crap. I guess I probably ironed at like a hotel or maybe for a special event. But pulling this thing out, I first of all had to clean the ironing board and the iron and wipe it all down because it was dirty. But it just brought me back because I worked at Olive Garden for like 10 years, and it's much more casual now in terms of their uniforms. I haven't worked there in like 5 years, but I worked there back when you had to wear like a tie, a white button up, and be like fully pressed. And so I just was taken back like to those days where I would iron every single day. And not only that, but my husband also worked with me for a couple years at Olive Garden. That's not where we met, but he did work with me for a couple years when we first got married, and actually leading up to our wedding. He had a couple jobs, and we've always kind of worked multiple jobs. And so I would always iron his shirt as well. So I did just need to get these pressed, and it's just bringing back memories to me. And I wanted to get this back on the table.
Wish I could say I was finally over you, but that's not the truth. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two of us? And yeah, I know we both wanted different things, but letting go just comes easy to you, darling. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain?
After finishing pressing the placemats and the table runner, I also wanted to wipe down our antique desk. I'm using the Pledge wood oil. I'm not sure of the exact name, but again, I'll link it down below. And I don't normally use this every time I clean in here. I will just kind of dry dust it or wipe it down with like a microfiber cloth, but I do try and wipe it down with the wood oil at least once a month, this and my other antique vanity upstairs. And I also needed to wipe down my hutch. We actually found this hutch on the side of the road. It has had a serious glow up. It used to be like a cream color, had completely different handles, and had like a light blue, like pastel interior. It looks completely different. So again, we found that on the side of the road. Our neighbors had a free sign on it. We got it home somehow. It's super heavy. And we had it gray for a while if you watch some of my older videos, but we recently painted it black when we moved here. We got this dining room set. We also painted this mirror the same matching black color. We used the Bear Marquee paint line from Home Depot, and it has held up super nicely. This is actually the first time that I'm wiping down the hutch with any sort of cleaner. You're supposed to let the paint cure for 1 month before you actually wipe it down or clean it with anything. So I have dusted it with just like a Swiffer, but this is the first time I'm actually wiping it down, and I'm just using the residual oil from the microfiber cloth from when I wiped down the desk to clean this off. And we also put some of that contact paper on the back, and we got these knobs from Hobby Lobby, and I'm super excited because we're getting an entry table like I mentioned earlier, and I think that it comes with black knobs, and actually there's another version that I saw online that has bronze, but I think I'll end up switching those out for the matching knobs from Hobby Lobby. So stay tuned to see how that comes out. I think we're gonna order that tomorrow, and so hopefully we should have that in the next couple of weeks. I know that sometimes from Amazon when you order the furniture it takes a little while, but I also in this room before I go wanted to go ahead and get a couple stains up from the rug that had been bothering me. This is kind of a high traffic area. It's coming right into my office, and then of course Scotland's little fort is here, and so there were some spots on the carpet, and I'm just getting some laundry detergent and warm water and a clean towel and just working on those. I was actually super surprised with how quickly they came up and how easily with this solution that I made, and there was only one stain that kind of gave me problems and didn't come up all the way, but I did want to go ahead and get those up before I finish up in here and bring the chairs back. I usually don't empty this room to clean, and so it's been a while since it's had a really good vacuum. My dog and cat like to kind of hang out under there, and so I wanted to give it a good vacuum and mop in here before I move on.
My best friend didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high, every night with you, you and me so clueless.
Please ignore this random piece of furniture over to the left. That's just an old entertainment center that we haven't had a chance to get rid of yet. We got a new one when we moved in here, and this old one is from Walmart, so it has just lived its life and it's falling apart. And so we just have it in here since, again, we don't really use this room that much. But before I moved on to anything else, I wanted to try and get this adhesive off the floor. This is just like some glue that they put on the transition strips to get them to stay here. And it's right when you walk in the front door, it starts to look very dirty. So I'm going straight in with the Goo Gone to see if I can get that up. And it actually worked pretty well to get the glue off of the tile. But on the side where there's laminate, it honestly didn't work that well at all. I might try something else later down the line because it hardly touched it, didn't really take it off at all, like I said. So eventually we will be getting all new floors, and so we won't have these transition strips. It'll be all the same flooring throughout the home pretty much. I don't think we're gonna do carpet, but yeah, so it's over here, and then there's another spot where I think eventually I will try again, but I think that these people did a lot of the work themselves in this house, and so some of it can be a little messy, like I showed you the paint, and you know, even in my office, like I'm looking up now, and there's still like blue painting tape, and the ceiling is all messy, and so unfortunately that's one thing that we do know we need to do again, is like paint all the ceilings in all the rooms.
Nothing matters. Stray around like nighttime almost. We were in too deep in your worn out sweaters, thinking we'll be young forever. Driving in your mom's old hatchback, and we were in too deep. It isn't hard to tell what you were thinking, babe. Your thoughts are only getting louder. While you are up in space, I sit here by myself. Are you gonna spill the truth or waste your life away? Sitting on your fingertips, so I know what you'll say. Baby, don't bother, you know it hurts anyway. Don't bother, as long as you don't say that it's over now, that it's over. We used to talk about getting older. We said we hold on, but now it's over. It can't be over.
So the very last thing on my list is to clean in my kids' bathroom. Again, I did do the toilet, I just didn't film it, but I wanted to wipe down the walls. This isn't something that I do every time that I clean the bathrooms, but just once in a while, especially with boys living in the home. So I'm wiping those down. I'm kind of dusting in corners where I can't normally reach. And I needed to also do the tub and surround. I'm using the Ajax in the tub and the Clorox for the surround. Just giving a good scrub and rinse. And then I needed to wipe down the counters, the mirrors, the cabinets, and do the floors. And so it definitely was tiring washing all this back. I can't believe how much I ended up getting done. And I hope that this video helped you, whether it gave you the motivation to get up and get things tackled in your home, or if you just enjoy the satisfaction of watching speed cleaning like I do. So thank you so much if you have made it this far. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to join me. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you can see more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Over. said we hold on, but now it's over. It can't be over. Oh.